Hey guys, welcome back to the Watches and Giggles channel. I'm Chris from Chicago. First off, as always, everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. And if you're returning, guys, thank you so much for coming back. I really do appreciate it. Guys, in today's video, we're going to be catching up with what's been going on in my life, as well as some big news. I have an incoming watch, hopefully, and it's the new Snoopy. Yeah, the new Snoopy 50th anniversary that just came out yesterday, October 5th. As I'm making this video, it is October 6th, and I'm going to tell you how I managed to do that, or how I actually managed to put a deposit down for that watch, as it's quite hard to do so. So we'll get into that in just a minute, but before we do, we'll see what I'm wearing. And today I have on another blue watch, one of my favorites, the Rolex BLNR GMT Master 2 Batman, or as most will call it, Batgirl. And I think the Snoopy and this guy will get along famously. But all right, let's get into it, guys. So we all know by now that Omega released the Snoopy yesterday, the 50th anniversary, the silver dial, actually made out of silver, beautiful blue. You know, I don't really go in and show the watches unless I own them, but I'm sure you've seen a ton of YouTube videos on it by now, so you don't need for me to put up a picture. But what makes this watch unique is the case back, where it actually has the moon on it, the Earth, which rotates, and then you see Snoopy shoot across the back of the case back, which is an animated case back, which to me is a little gimmicky, but I really, really like it. I think it's a pretty cool touch, and for me, definitely this watch would be a highlight of my collection. I have been after getting into Omega for a while, a Speedmaster that is, as I've owned a Seamaster before, 300, 41 millimeter, the non-wave dial one. I sold that one regretfully. I should have held on to it because that was a striking blue as well. I had the blue variant, and I do miss that watch. Stupid to sell it, didn't need the money, don't know why I did it, but we live and we learn, right, guys? This is a watch journey, and a crazy journey at that. But let's talk about the Snoopy. So 50th anniversary Snoopy came out yesterday. I saw it like most of you guys, and I love blue. I love blue watches. I really do. And anything with blue on it, really, but especially watches. I have the Tudor GMT. I'll show you that guy real quick, which no date wheel issues, thankfully. It's been performing magnificently, and I'm loving still every minute of ownership with it. It's just a fantastic watch. But I saw the Snoopy came out yesterday, took a look at it, went on the site. You guys can go check it out. It's a tutorial about 3 minutes, what goes through the watch. And, you know, October 5th, 1970, you know, so it's celebrating that 50 years later, which was released yesterday, and so on and so on. And I immediately started calling Omega stores. You know, I called the one that I have most contact with, called them first, and they pretty much told me to F off because I'm not a big spender. Called the one downtown, which, yeah, that they basically, yeah, no, they laughed me off the phone pretty much. But anyway, so I actually went into the first one, the one that I have some dealings with, as it's a CD Peacock, which is a Rolex, and then they also deal in Tudor, IWC, Omega, a bunch of other brands. So I just went in actually to get a couple Omega booklets because I've been really lusting after a Speedmaster. So, okay, so went into that one. We kind of, you know, talked a little bit, talked about the Snoopy, this and that. They informed me they were littered with text messages and phone calls, and there's no way that I could ever be put on that list. So whatever, that's fine. I'm not a big spender at all there, so I understand. So I picked up some booklets and had a little chit chat and talked about some Rolex, which also, it's not about the crown today, but I was finally able to pick up the new 2021, I should say, Rolex book, which is pretty nice. You know, I'm a watch geek, so I like all that stuff. So whatever, so got all those booklets, you know, shot the shit a little bit, shooted the shit, however you want to say it, and rolled out. Then I just started on my phone to Google more Omega ADs, and I forgot that literally right across the street from this CD Peacock, it's in a little strip mall, and there's a Jared Jewelers. Yeah, you guys are probably like, what? Yeah, a Jared Jewelers, the Galleria of Jewelry, whatever they want to call it. But I forgot that they're actually an authorized dealer for Omega. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just pop my head in there, because my first thought was, well, they're a jewelry store. They're not really going to be huge watch people, so they might not know much about this watch or that it even exists. But maybe I can get lucky. So I went across the street, drove across the street into the strip mall where this jewelry store's at, which actually is an authorized dealer. And I get to the door, and there's a sign outside that said appointments only. So I was like, oh boy. So whatever. So I knocked on the door. Lady came over, opened up the door, and can I help you? And I'm like, well, I see it's appointments only, but I kind of wanted to browse your Omega watches. And she was kind enough to let me in. So I actually went in, and I saw they had quite a lot of watches. I was surprised. They had 3 Speedmasters, a sapphire sandwich, a Hesselite crystal one, the original moon watch. They had, oh my gosh, I think every variant except the white dial of the Speedmaster 300, which I was surprised. They even had that gray dial. They had the blue. They had the black. They had a bunch of First Amiga in space. They just had a whole bunch of watches, which I was surprised. So the lady was asking me, oh, can I help you with anything? And I was like, yeah, Omega released this 50th anniversary Snoopy edition, which I think is stunning, which I had on this watch at the time. And I go, it's a stunning blue just like this that I have on, kind of to show that, hey, I can afford a very expensive watch, in case you were wondering. So that does help. So I just kind of pointed to that. Yeah, I'm into blue watches like this Rolex that I have. Would it be possible to get on a wait list or order one? Even better. And she's like, oh, I don't know. Let me get the manager. So called the manager over, and manager came over, and I'm like, listen, I pulled it up on my phone because she didn't even know that it came out. Again, this is a jewelry store. They really don't care that much about watches for the most part, and aren't too knowledgeable, to be honest with you. So very lovely lady helped me out, though, the manager, and we looked it up. She goes, oh, okay, yeah, it's a beautiful watch. And she looked at my watch. She's like, oh, yeah, they go great with that one. And I'm like, would it be possible to order it? So pull it up online. I get the reference number for her, and she's like, yeah, let me go put in a special order for you. So goes to the computer. I'm still skeptical at this point. I'm like, what the heck is going on? But puts it in. She's like, oh, yeah, we can take the special order. You're the first one. No one else has called about it or wanted to put in a special order yet, as it was the day after release, but I was still a little surprised. But most people like me that are big watch guys aren't thinking of Jared, the Galleria of Jewelry, to buy an Omega watch. But they are, in fact, at least the one by my place is an authorized dealer. So puts it in. I put a percentage down to secure my special order, and walked out stunned. I mean, I'm still kind of stunned that I was actually able to do this. Now, apparently I'm first on the list. I actually don't think they were lying to me, because I don't think they play games at this jewelry store, but who knows? But your boy, I actually got lucky, and possibly might be getting the first Snoopy 50th anniversary Speedmaster shortly here. So I don't know, guys. I'm kind of in shock, but I'm also just over the moon about it, because I've been trying to get a Speedmaster for a while. I was thinking about the sapphire sandwich with the brown tropical dial, then the regular one. I mean, I was going back and forth, and when I saw this Snoopy that came out yesterday, I was lusting after it like most people, and it looks like I may actually be getting the first one at this authorized dealer. So pumped about that, guys. A little bit of a ramble, a little bit of a rant, but very excited about that. So that's going to do it, guys. Just wanted to share my joy with you, that hopefully I'll be getting a 50th anniversary Snoopy soon. Hope everyone's well. Take care. Talk to you later.